everybody, welcome to the Successful Showgirl. My name is Kitty and today is our Wednesday live. So I've moved our live sessions from a Monday to a Wednesday, basically because I work all weekend teaching away. So I'm going to have Monday daytimes. This is my chill day now. So it's going to be on a Wednesday every week at around 5 o'clock. I'm a bit early today because I need to go into the studio. Please let me know if you can hear me, because last week I did my live, didn't I? And I chatted on for about 15 minutes. And then at the end I realised no one could hear what I was saying. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me just see if I can see what everyone's saying. I can never see what's going on in the chat, that's the problem. It tells me who's like watching, but it doesn't tell me what you're all saying. Anyway, I'm just going to carry on. So, if you can hear me, will you do a load of love hearts or a load of thumbs up or something, just so I can see that it is actually working, because I can't read your comments, but I can see any of those little things that pop up. So today I was going to talk about, last week I talked in silence about limiting beliefs. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit. But really what I wanted to talk about mostly is not allowing other people's limits to affect you and not believing other people's limitations. So, for example, a lot of the times over my career, people have told me that it's impossible to achieve certain things as a performer. It's impossible to be able to do certain things, to make certain amounts of money, etc, etc, etc. And I literally never listen to other people. I just do my own thing and I just crack on with it. And all the things that people have told me that I'm not going to be able to do in the past, I've managed to achieve. And it's like a really common thing, not just as a performer, but as people, that we listen to other people's limiting beliefs. So last week, I talked about limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs are things that we believe are true, but are really just something that we're telling ourselves. They're not actually a true fact, okay? So things like, I used to tell myself before I became a performer, I'm too old to become a performer because I was nearly 30. Or I've not got a body to be a dancer was another one when I was younger. Something else, when I was at college and I wanted to go off and do dance as a career, the careers advisor said, you can't make any money out of dance. It's not a viable career option. All these things are limiting beliefs because they are not facts. There are examples of people everywhere who have made money as performers, who have been performers over the age of XYZ, who haven't got your typical dancer's body that you would assume everyone should look like. We've all got an example somewhere of somebody who's doing what other people say can't happen. So today I just wanted to touch on, has anybody got any examples of things that people have said to them about basically about things they won't be able to achieve? If you could pop them in the comments, I'm going to get them up on my phone because I can't see them on my iPad, but I will be able to see them popping up on my phone. Oh god, that's me talking. Let's turn that down. Yes, you can hear me. Brilliant. So Carly's put, use those negative comments as fuel to spur you on. Yes, so there's nothing better than people telling you can't do something and then doing it anyway. Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world. I remember this time, not this time last year, but maybe when I first set up Successful Showgirl, there were a lot of people who hated it. They said I shouldn't be helping new performers. I was giving like industry secrets away. That I was giving people false hope of being able to become a performer, that it was like I was making out that it was super easy and all these things, and basically gave me like really shitty time. And we had an incident in the group where a performer that I know really, really, really well asked in the group what she should be charging for where she lived as a new performer. And she was actually a great performer, she'd been working with like really big companies for years and years and years and years. So I knew that she already had connections with like big companies, but just not doing burlesque, just doing hip hop and things like that. So she started I said I thought she should go in at like this price, like a headliner price, because she is amazing. She's amazing as a performer. It doesn't matter whether you're doing hip hop or whether you're doing burlesque. If you can perform, you can perform, in my personal opinion. But a lot of big name performers shot her down and said that she shouldn't be charging those prices. She wouldn't get those prices, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, cut a long story short, I got a message off her the other week saying that she's glad she listened to my advice because she went in with the price I said, and the people who she was going to work for basically said, oh, actually, we think that's a bit low. We'll offer you this X amount, and actually gave her more than what she was requesting. So that's like a perfect example of not listening to the so-called experts who are going to tell you that you can't do something when actually, in fact, you totally can. You're totally capable of carving any career path that you choose, providing, obviously, you put the work in. I'm never going to say it's like super easy, because it's not. You do have to put the work in, but if you put the work in and you surround yourself with the right people who are going to be positive and helpful and push you forward, then you are always going to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So Tom's put, literally I was told I would never make it as a drag queen. I'm going to watch it on here so I can see. By another queen and never be at the same level of them. Now I work more than they do. Yeah, that happens loads. I've had that before as well, where people say you'll never be any good, and then you're booking them for things or whatever. Brian has put name and shame. I'm not going to name and shame because that's not cool, but the people know they are. They're not in the group anymore, put it that way. I removed him. Carly has put, being told I'm too old to ever be flexible, so I'm working on my split. I've been told I'm too old to be a professional performer, so I set up my own company. Yeah, and Carly is smashing it with her company. She literally runs her company full time now, but was told loads of times that she'd never make it as a performer. So she's like doing really, really well. So just want you to think about not just the things you tell yourself. So we tell ourselves stuff all the time. Oh, I can't afford to do that. Like, lots of performers start out with nothing. I started out with no money at all. I didn't just wake up one day and have fabulous costumes and a giant martini glass and loads of connections in the industry. I didn't have anything. I didn't know anyone in the industry. Like, I started out from scratch. You've got to build yourself up, but you're in a lucky position because you're in this group that is full of other people that you can network with, that you can ask for help. You've got me that you can ask for help. You can join our membership if you want to and you want to network further. There's loads of different options for you in this group. So please don't be disheartened by other people's stories of how they didn't make it or they've not made any money out of it. Like, every week I see some meme on Facebook about burlesque dancers making no money. And yeah, some burlesque dancers don't make no money. Like, that's a fact. But also some accountants don't make any money. Like, some lawyers don't make any money. They end up broke. And why is that? Because they're not good at business. They're not putting the effort in. They're not doing the right things, okay? So it doesn't matter what job you're doing. As long as you're surrounding yourself with the right people and putting the right work in, you're going to get whatever you want to get, okay? So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I feel super passionately about this because I hate seeing people telling other new performers that they're never going to achieve things just because they haven't achieved it. When there's an example, I know loads of performers that make six figures, like plenty of performers. So it's not out of this world to think that you can make a viable career out of performing. I've made a career out of performing and I have a really nice lifestyle. I live on my own. Like, I pay for everything myself. I don't have any like worries about anything. There's absolutely no reason that other people can't. You just need to find the good examples of people rather than the examples of people that didn't make it, okay? If anything, go out and find 3 people who are doing exactly what you want to do and follow what they're doing. How are they doing it? How can you find out what they're doing right? because that is the way to go about it, not listening to the people who aren't achieving what you want to achieve. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope that was helpful. Any questions, you can give me a message about anything. What's Carly saying here? I totally agree. I'll have to look on my phone again. I totally agree. It's like you said, so many people are in the industry are quick to shoot people down, and most of it is jealousy based. The best people to be around are the ones who boost you up. Yeah. And sometimes I don't think it's jealousy. I just think it's people's own insecurities. Like, it's easy to say, isn't it? If you've not achieved what you want to achieve, it's easy to say, oh, well, that's impossible. You can't make any money as a dancer. You can't make any money as a performer if you've not, because it validates your not having achieved that. Whereas personally, I would say, well, why am I not making any money as a performer? Who is making some money as a performer, and how can I do the similar things that they're doing so that I can have a valuable career? It's not just about money. That could be about success, about fame, about a chilled lifestyle. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be money related. It's just that money's an easy way of measuring how well you're doing, isn't it? Because it's an actual physical thing that you can look at and you can see, oh yeah, like, I am obviously growing over time. It's more difficult to do that with time freedom, let's say, or bookings, because you can have 1 million bookings, but you can still not be a successful performer because you might be doing low level bookings, and you might do 5 bookings a year, but you could be selling out sold out stadiums. So that doesn't mean one or the other is more successful, does it? Tom, what has Tom put? Also ask for advice from people. Yes, many people are more helpful than you think. I'm not threatened by anyone, so I'm always happy to help. Yeah, and that's the same for me. That's why I set up the group. Like, I'm not worried that anyone is ever going to take my job. People choose me for me. People will choose you for you. Like, good performers who are confident in their own abilities will not be worried about helping other people out. And a lot of those people are in this group, okay? So ask in the group. People, you will find people gravitate to the same kind of people as what they are. So if you are a helpful person, then you're going to find loads of people like that in this group, because that is the whole point in this community, to help each other out. So I am going to leave it there for today because I do have to go and teach now. But I hope you've all had a lovely week. I will see you all again next Wednesday. But always, please use the group, ask any questions that you want. And if you're stuck on anything or anything like that, you can always message me and I can point you in the right direction. So hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you all soon.